Friday, March 21st, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, returns to its home city for BKFC Fight Night Philly. In the main event, combat sports vet Dustin the Disciple Peg knuckles up with the unbeaten Andrew Angel Corps. In the co-main event, Cody Vidal looks for his next win against the Warrior who looks to stay undefeated, Brandon Stronghold Conley. Plus, see the return of Johnny Cannoli Garbarino. Watch history unfold live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. We are all the way live from Satellite 5. What's up? It's Brian Soscia with the Bare Knuckle Show after a very successful fight night in Albuquerque. Love going back there. We'll talk about that today. So much more. I'm here. Brandon's here. And he's back this week. Corporate Evan. How are you, Ev?
Never better.
I know, man. You're excited to be back in that seat. I can tell. You came in with a vigor today like I've never seen. It's going to be awesome. I usually write down who's here ahead of time, but there's a lot of chaos in the studio. I know that I'm on Miss People, Wesley Killeagle, Little Ben, Swervo Cuts. You're all here. Antonio's here. So many others as well. Thank you for tuning in. I see Sutton here. I see, oh, you guys are the best. Already conversating in the chat. If you're watching on Instagram, that's cool, but come over to the chat on YouTube, The Bare Knuckle Show on YouTube. Make sure you get involved. All right, so a lot of stuff as always to get to today. We're going to be talking about everything. Exclusive video from BKFC Fight Night Albuquerque. We'll have another new event to announce, and we'll have the main event as well on that card to announce. And Taylor Starling, the Killer Bee, was out doing some coverage for us this weekend in Albuquerque. We'll look back at some of that. There's a lot going on today. As I said, Evan's back. Glad you're back, Evan. You were watching at home. Brandon and I were there. Give us your Albuquerque thoughts from a broadcast standpoint. What were you thinking, Evan? How'd you feel watching it?
I liked it. I liked the small ring too.
So do I.
It makes for a quick night, which is always nice when you're
right.
When you're working 2 hours ahead of time. Of everybody else.
Yeah.
But it was a good show. I think. You saw some guys who haven't had wins in a while get wins. Mm-hmm. You had that slobber knocker with Van Vo and Eric Dodson.
People saying Fight of the Year candidate. Do you agree?
That did pretty good on social. Fight of the Year candidate?
That's maybe live. Everybody was saying that live. They're, oh my God.
It depends what you look for in Fight of the Year. Do you look for really good skill back and forth, or is like that? Maybe it wasn't the most skillful, but it was definitely the most entertaining.
I'd say comeback of the year for sure for Eric.
Oh, man.
Definitely comeback. Yeah.
Dude, is there anybody? I was talking to Taylor about this. The Dotson brothers, not just Eric, but like these guys are in the happiest mood, like to fight. It's not like they're just like they're the happiest.
Which is
people.
Like, if you're getting in a fight and the dude you're about to fight is like smiling, you should be fucking terrified. Yeah.
Then afterwards, he's bopping around in the lobby. Eric,
they're great. I need whatever they're taking. I need it in a bottle. I need to.
Always happy those two.
But and then Usmanov, that dude is like crazy. Like that slow mo shot we put up, that Brandon shot.
Yeah, it was sick.
You got to realize how fast that is in real time because when you're watching that, we'll pull it up.
Yeah, show it.
The accuracy this guy had and how he just kept landing every single shot was really great to know because how fast that actually happened in full time. It's pretty. Here it is. Click that. Like he doesn't miss. Like knows.
2, 3.
Like this is all happening in like a second and a half.
5 clean shots.
Yeah, that dude. Now
in real time, it's.
Is there a real time? Oh yeah, here you go. Okay. Is that slow too?
Wow.
But one more. Go to the. Sorry guys, scroll
That's
down.
all right.
That's
That's
that
all right.
one. Yeah, there you go. That's the live one. Look how fast this happens.
Wow. This is moving, man.
So that's like 2.5 seconds. And yeah, that was crazy to see. What are we, super swift? And I want to see how he does against Blas. I think that's the only. I mean, because Keith was the #1 contender. He goes in and does that performance, I'd love to see what he does against Blas. I think, we haven't seen Blas in a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's the fight that makes sense. I like those really competitive fights. Speaking of competitive fights, not to go on a tangent, but I'm very excited for Dan Chapman and Brandon Allen in Dubai. Ooh. That is a really high level.
Dude, that's going to be good. That's
like, maybe not outside of BKFC if you're not really into bare knuckle, but that's a very high level, high skill fight like that. I love fights like that. I have no idea who's going to win.
That's the best kind, man. You go in there and just enjoy it. You become a fan.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that too. Dubai is going to be a great event. We have a lot of great events coming up. And thank you for giving us your thoughts on Albuquerque. Again, it's always nice to hear somebody from the team that actually watches the broadcast live and tells us what they think. I can tell you from being there in the arena, Albuquerque showed up like they always do, loud, happy to be there. A lot of the repeat customers in Albuquerque because we've gone back there so much. So it's really good to see a lot of those people. As far as flying, some people were asking via email if we were nervous to fly. I'm not saying I was nervous. Honestly, Brandon, when you got on the plane, did you? I didn't even think about it. I just kind of was like, oh, we're going. Right?
Yeah. Once you're on the plane, it is what it is. In my second going there, the plane from Dallas to Albuquerque had like some mechanical issues, so we were delayed by for an hour. I was just annoyed. I wasn't oh my God, what's going to happen? I was just like, come on, can we get going here? It was just business as usual.
Yeah.
So,
you want to hear something horrible? This is horrible. I was annoyed when we were coming there because I got there late at night and it was 12:30 when I got there. And a lady, this is terrible. 2 rows in front of me had a medical emergency. She's all by herself. She's 65 years old. They got oxygen on her. And I felt bad. I did feel bad for her. But then we had to wait because they had to get her stable, 45 minutes before we could get off this plane. By the time they get the paramedics on there when we landed and everything. And I'm there. It's 12:30 a.m. And I'm just like, come on, get this lady off the plane. And then I started thinking, you piece of shit. I can't be like that. But I felt bad for her. But I did get slightly annoyed. I couldn't get to the hotel. I felt bad. And then what about anything stolen from us this time in Albuquerque? Nope. Because every time you go there, stuff gets stolen, Brandon.
Nope. All things accounted for.
Anything stolen in Dallas, Fort Worth? Did you lose anything there?
I did. Yeah. My iPad, it's still there. Oh my God. I left my iPad on the plane like an idiot. You know how on the plane they're like, make sure you have all your belongings before you exit the plane. I was like, yep, I have all my belongings. Yep. And I get off the plane and I get over to the other gate and I'm like, where's my iPad? And here it is.
Well, you can see it. Is it still there?
Yep, as of 7 minutes ago, down Terminal D.
If you need an iPad, head over there. Seriously.
I'm already in. I got emails.
Well, hold on. The reason I bring this up for real is it was crazy to me because they told you, they're like, well, if they find it, you're figuring they can mail it to you. They're like, no, you got to come back and get it. You're like, what? All the way back here? They're like, yeah. So if somebody works in Dallas-Fort Worth airport area that watches the show, long shot, and can help Brandon out and get us this iPad back, let us know. Hit us up at thebareknuckleshow@gmail.com so we can help you.
And erase all the information on it as soon as you get it.
Yeah, there's
Can we go back to Albuquerque real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What do you think about that other Russian dude, the Kilmatov? I don't know how to say his name. Right. I know who you're talking about. Right there, you're on him. Yeah. Hold on. What's your take on him?
I think he's a freak in nature. He's awesome.
Freak in nature is the report.
That's a great report.
I thought you were asking Brian. But
I was asking.
Oh, you're asking me? I thought you were asking him.
Yeah, what do you think?
Honestly, I didn't see a lot of his fight because these things, I'm running around like a lunatic. Okay. So I didn't get to watch a lot, but I'm looking at this.
What's the chat saying?
Let's see.
I want the chat's take.
But the problem is the chat, like you, drags the show backwards. If we wait.
Oh, well, it's, we want to break down the card.
Yeah, we got Lytle coming on to do that, not you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we're going to fucking say the same thing twice.
Problem for everyone.
There you go. Oh, okay. That's Soscia's way of saying shut up.
Yeah, it is. It's my way of saying pay attention before the show and listen to what we're doing when you come in here. When you can make your way into to the show. Yeah, when you can actually make your way into the show.
It's much more interesting to talk about the lost and found.
Why do you come in? Why do you come in? Because the show, the chat would agree too. It was great when you weren't here.
Let's see.
I guarantee that they're not. They're going to act because it's funny to act like it's not. But you drag the fucking show down.
So
yeah, I do.
I think they're gonna weigh in.
I do. I don't give a shit
Evan
who
should
weighs.
be in your seat.
Then take the seat, Evan. You arrogant son of a bitch. You arrogant fuck. You're getting on my nerves. Stop.
Can tell.
You really are, dude.
I can hear
You sit in here. You come in here. You sit in. No. I want to let everybody know. Here's what he does.
Hold the mic to your chest.
We get here earlier, right? We get here super early. Get everything set up. He saunters in. He sits in the corner. Yeah. He listens to horrible music like ABBA, weird shit, and then he like Dancing Queen. He was listening to. No, you were listening to
Layla.
It was Dancing Queen today. It was weird. And then the other thing is we talk about the whole show, the rundown, and then when you come on, you're like, oh,
Soscia
what?
ponders this
What?
for days on end,
What?
and then I come in and
What?
make it better in a second.
What? No, you go, what? I didn't know we were doing that. What? Just like me. I didn't know we had a year. I didn't know we had a year-end meeting. Even if you sat on meetings for fucking, I don't know, 3 months and we talked about it. Stop playing video games. Grow the fuck up. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on, child.
I got people who pay attention.
Okay, child.
For me.
All right, child.
Yeah. Move on. Look at your little rundown.
Anyway.
Stayed up late typing.
Go ahead, Evan. Do the show.
Oh, you want me to go? Here, let me see what's
Do the
next.
whole show.
Oh, shit. Where are we at? Where's Lytle at? There's no time on your rundown.
This is riveting, isn't it? You're so good. You're such a good host. You're really fucking. You're great.
Oh, we're back to Albuquerque thoughts.
No, well, you kind of you don't look at anything, so you take the show all over. You see what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and bitch at you. We'll do it off the air. We'll settle this. How about that after the show? You want to settle after the show?
Hey.
Then you can roll cameras on it. I don't give a shit. You want to do it?
What do you mean by settle it?
Whatever that means to you. Whatever that means to you.
Sure.
All right, let's move on.
I'll play ball.
Let's move on.
Go ahead. You all right?
Mailbag. Hit the button. Go.
Oh, fuck. I'm not even ready for that.
Nobody's ready.
Brandon's not ready for that.
We're all fucking around.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's time for mail call.
Why do we even do this? Anyway. All right, first thing, Evan will probably insult this because it's not in his realm of consciousness knowing anything about it because he's going to call
What is it, like a newspaper?
Oh, yeah, you're going to insult it, which is smart to do like you've done before because then what it does is it alienates the media that covers us when we can send them this. So it's brilliant to do.
Read the rag.
Albuquerque Journal. Here we go. Huge publication in Albuquerque.
People still get
Sports
newspapers?
in Albuquerque, it's gigantic.
Oh, okay.
There it is, front page of the sports in the bottom. I think that's pretty cool. Bare Knuckle prepares for 6th event in Albuquerque area. Thank you to Rick Wright. You're always coming out and covering us. We appreciate it. Nice write-up, couple write-ups in Albuquerque Journal, which they have a good website, too. If you want to read it, you can check it out, Albuquerque Journal. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. And then we got, let's see, this is more from Albuquerque. An email came in. This guy wanted to send the picture and punch me in the face. It was so nice to see you on Friday. And of course, I had to do the classic punch to your Italian face. Why's it got to be Italian? Fights were great as always. Shout out to, I guess, his team. They went 3-0. Donald Sanchez, Wild Bill, Lorenzo Coke, I should say. I don't want to say Hunt. Hopefully, after we get a total shot at Dave Mundell soon. Let's see what else he has. Oh, another shout out to Chris Lytle. We're going to talk to Chris about this today. He saw last night on Facebook that he was out sharing his book on bullying. I think it was great community outreach. And a lot of the staff members said the students loved it because this guy's a teacher. And he said he's already going to get Lytle ready to kind of come to his school the next time they're in Albuquerque. See you soon, Mr. Cruz. Thanks for sending that in, Mr. Cruz. We appreciate it. And thanks for sending the picture and recognizing what Lytle did. We'll talk to him about that later. He was at elementary school. It was like a community school. I think they just showed it, but I was reading. The next thing I want to check into, Britton Hart sent this in. Well, she didn't. Someone sent it in about Britton ahead of her fight with Ty Embry. This is just her. We might have to mute this. I don't know what the music is, but it's her getting ready. It's her training and basically saying the harder you push yourself. She's pushing herself as hard as she can, sacrifice your body. And, you know, that's what she does. That's how she's been so big in bare knuckle fighting championship. And as far as, excuse me, all of her challengers, they seem to drop one by one. World champion there, getting ready. Britton Hart fighting in Dubai against Ty Embry. Looking forward to that fight as well. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff coming up. BKFC.com if you want to keep up with it as we wait for Chris Lights Out Lytle to check in with us in a couple minutes. And speaking of cardio, some cardio at the gym. At the gym, it's one thing that I hate to do. I do. No, I don't think I've ever met anybody that really loves cardio. But she's out doing her cardio, getting ready. Here's some people. This was actually sent in. This goes nicely with this. What's this guy's name? Is it James? James sent this in. Cardio at the gym. He said, this is my kind of cardio to watch. Yeah, just some full fall. Oh, there's two people falling. What are these? Is this real? Like, are these people dumb? Okay. Well, thank you, James, for that. I should have previewed that. I thought it was something better than that. Then there's Derek Gramling. He wants to make his way to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and he sent this in. It's like a promo video. Let's watch.
This is the real fucking bare knuckle chin breaking through the scene. I'm him. I eat raw meat. What is you sloppy joes? Every heavyweight out there in bare knuckle boxing is savage like, baby. I'm about to be the new face of bare knuckle boxing. I am him, Aline Hammer Whitfield, who has been rock well. I'm gonna make you rock well for that. Spitting on my Instagram and my reply, talk about wow, say something, bitch. If you want a problem, come see me. But I promise you, every heavyweight in motherfucking bare knuckle boxing, I'm gonna knock out. What is a tank to a fucking bomb? I'm blowing everything up. All you gonna hear is come boom when I step in that bitch. Aline Hammer Whitfield, get it right, man. I'm taking over bare knuckle boxing. Who's next?
I think, first of all, his door's broken. That was interesting. So he probably must need the money to fight for us, get his door fixed. Second of all, I don't really know who that guy is. Maybe I should know. What do you guys think about him coming to bare knuckle? I think it would be a very easy fight for Ben Rothwell. I don't know. I've never seen the guy fight, but he's all jacked up. He's excitable. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think he's, I guess I'll watch him fight. Maybe I would. Yeah, let's see. This guy sounds like Brian yelling at Evan. That's pretty funny, Gator. No, he's all jacked up. I feel like a guy like that, I don't know. I mean, does he have any fighting experience? He didn't tell us anything. We don't know anything about him. Like, he's just there yelling through a door that's broken. Let's move on. This show is so fun today, isn't it, guys? God, I love that people tuned in for this. All right, be ready, Evan. Hit the button. Randy the Pervert wrote in.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Thanks, dude. Sorry I've been away from the show. I've been dealing with some personal issues, and I've been all tied up. Then he writes, I wish I had 3 hands. That is all. He sent this video in. That's not real. That's not real. That can't be real, right? That's got to be like that AI stuff. That's got to be.
Definitely.
That was like from Total Recall. That was the same line from Total Recall. It's an old movie. I did see that movie, Brandon. Old movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where she had 3. I wish I had 3 hands. So you ripped that off, Randy, but it was good. All right, KMS Records sent this in last week, a message about how he wants to bring back the KO of the week. This email, I mean, we didn't really do much. I was going to pick one, but I didn't need to. I'll try to pick one here while we're watching this one. But this email was sent in by Jojo the Idiot Circus Boy. Here's his KO of the week. Oosh. That was like bong. That went on for a while. Jeez. You know, I think I did send you a KO of the week. I was so tired last night I was doing this. There you go. All right, my KO of the week, the one I picked. I'm sorry I forgot, Brandon. I think I sent it to you. This would be my KO of the week. Oh. Brutal. That can never end well. What's this? Oh, just add-on. And then this KO of the week stuff, maybe we'll go in the future, we'll pick one each KO of the week, see what we want. But Luis from Rio Rancho, where we just were, he said, first time at a BKFC show, and now I'm a fan for life. Wow, I'm all in. Shit was awesome. Went back and caught up on your show, too, and you're out of your mind. I'll beat that homeless dude's ass for Brandon. He must be referring to the hard drive from a week ago that we talked about. You guys might like this in celebration of the KO of the week coming back. Let's watch. Oh, there's a bunch of them? Oof. What aim.
Oh, shit.
Oof. Break your ribs.
Why was it so... Oh, shit.
Brandon, is that you? Ooh. All right. Well, thank you for that, Luis. We're going to get to Chris Lytle in just a minute. Let's just press on real quick through the rest of this because there's not a lot more left. Can we do that, Brandon? All right. Wesley Kill Eagle, a regular contributor to the show. He's always going places. He's sitting there. He's watching BKFC while he's at events. Let's see where his latest plays. I think it was a basketball game he was watching, the BKFC event this week, and there he is. He's watching it. And he mentioned in the email that this was actually the arena. I cannot remember the name of it. The arena where Kai Stewart won the title at in Montana. So it's the same arena that we ran out. He said it looks a lot different without the squared circle in that arena. Thanks for sending that in, Wesley Kill Eagle, one of the biggest fans we have. This got sent in. I guess people like seeing it. This is something different. Taylor Starling, who, by the way, we're going to get to her later. She was at the show. We were messing around. She's doing some work for us, and she slapped me in the face. We reenacted the... Here, turn the volume up on that so you can hear it. So we're reenacting Jay Jackson and Kyle's face-off. Well, thank you for the slap. And I don't have time to get to it, but we must have went through that I must have gotten slapped about 5 times before we filmed it. It was very interesting. Speaking of Taylor, the new Taylor Starling segment, we asked you what it should be called. Kega Blues says B-Spit. B-Spit. I think it's another name for honey. KMS Records says the Hive Chat, Hive Talk. Someone else said Talking with Taylor. Bowls, Beers, and Brawls. I love watching your content when you put it out as well, my friend. Bare Knuckle Buzz with Taylor Starling. We're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with the Taylor segment. We're going to watch and see how it goes and then try to come up with a name for it. Keep the names rolling in. We love seeing them. Again, Taylor will be coming up in a little while. We'll check out some of the stuff she captured in Albuquerque. But right now, Chris Lights Out Lytle, last-minute guest here popping on with us. We appreciate it. What's up? Look at it. It looks like you were prepared for this for 24 to 48 hours. You were prepared for like 24 minutes. How are you?
I mean, last minute. Come on, Brian. Why am I the first option? I should always be the first option to be on here.
You are the first option.
Okay.
That's why I called you. After the other guy didn't show. And it was But no, I actually was going to try to have both of you guys on, but then the other guy that was going to come on, he got tied up in meetings, and I figured he would take a long time, so I didn't want to take away from your time. But now it's all your time.
Come on, who cares? Let's get to the real deal. This is what's important with this company is this podcast.
That's right.
Come on, brother.
That's right. Stop trying to sell the company and make us all more money and get bigger. How dare he? How dare he?
Okay,
all right, a lot of stuff with you, man. First of all, I always like to get your thoughts. Albuquerque, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Evan, myself, Brandon, we enjoyed the show. What did you think about Albuquerque? You're there commentating, but as you step back for a minute, what did you think? Did you enjoy it?
They always put on a good show. They always have great fans because there's so many good fighters in that area. I don't think people realize, with just like John Jones and, St. Peter's, the trainer, there's so many good, Rashad Evans, so many UFC champs, so many boxing, Tappy. I mean, they've got a great fight culture, and it resonates in the fans. They understand it. They get it. And they've embraced bare knuckle. We love that. That's amazing. They got a lot of good fighters. And the Dodson brothers, out of that area. And man, Eric put on a show. That was one of the best fights. We've never had a guy get knocked down 5 times and win. People talk to us sometimes about we need to have a 3 knockdown rule. Why? He got knocked down 3 times in the first round. He came back and won. That right there. Anytime anybody says anything about knockdown rule, I'm going to say this right here is why we're never going to do that. I mean, Dodson got up. Continue fight, but I mean that was an amazing fight. 8 knockdowns in the first 2 rounds. I mean, Van Vogt came, he brought it like he does every time. You ain't gonna see better fight. You're not gonna see too many better fights. This may not be for a title, but I don't care. This is the kind of fight I want to see every time I turn this on.
Yeah, that's kind of, we were talking about that earlier. What people were there in the arena, and more than one person when I'm running around the crowd is saying, fight of the year candidate, fight of the year candidate. And Evan brought up a great point earlier. He said, what does a fight of the year mean to you, though? What is your fight? And it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. What is a good fight of the year? Is it a brawl? Is it a knockdown drag out? Is it scientific? What is a fight of the year? That's what we're trying to figure out. Everyone thinks something different.
To me, this brings me to the reason I like fighting in general. Combat sports is you dealing with adversity. How do you do when people literally have to get up off the canvas? That's a saying, getting off the canvas, because you get hit, you get hurt, you get rocked, you get knocked down, and you still have the mindset and wherewithal to be like, I'm going to take this guy out, and you get up. I mean, it happens once in a round or a fight. That's amazing. He got up 5 times. He got dropped 5 times and still said, I'm going to beat this guy. Overcoming adversity, overcoming challenges. Both guys laying it out all on the line and just biting down the mouthpiece and throwing. That to me, when you can continue that, that's an amazing fight. So that's why I look forward to fighting. I want people, or fight the year, I want people who are going to go out there, get hurt, and overcome adversity and triumph.
Just lay it all on the line. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. I think it's a good way of looking at it. Now, the other thing, we talked about this earlier. I think I talked about it with Taylor last week. The Dotson boys. Now, you've been in fighting for a long time. You've met a lot of fighters. You've met the who's who's. You've fought the who's. You've been around.
Yeah.
Of everyone you've ever seen, at least for me, I've seen a lot less than you have. but do you think the Dotson brothers are the happiest people in the entire world in fighting? Like I feel like I'm making fun of them, but it's like they're like clowns. They're so happy. They're happy to be there. They're cartoon character. Like they're just the happiest people I've ever met in my life. Do you see?
Bro, when Eric Dotson got dropped first time, horrible. I thought the fight was over. I mean, he's down, boom, and he sits up and smiles.
What?
I was like, he's not hurt.
No.
I mean, wow. I was like, I think the ref might have stopped it had he not smiled. I think he sat up and smiled, like, I'm cool. The ref said, all right, I'll give you a little leeway. And his legs were still hurt. He wasn't there all the way, but he got him back, So I think that smile made the difference. But, yeah, who does that? Who gets dropped and smiles and goes, oh, that was a good shot? They're always happy. I remember the first time we interviewed John Dotson, we were in a room. There were some chairs in the way. We were doing some things, and the door. Somebody knocks on the door. He jumped up and like tiptoed across the top of those chairs and like opened the door. I was like, this dude's a little magician who's just running around. Looks like a little spider monkey or something. He just happy as could be, always energetic. I'm like, these two guys. Yeah, you're not going to see too many happier people who are going to go in there and punch each other.
No, it's great. And after the fight, before the fight, the whole time, it doesn't change. They're just always smiling, always happy, always fun to talk to, too. And the fight, I mean, that was amazing. There's other good stuff on there, too. You were in between Jay Jackson and Kyle, the Irishman, McElroy, whatever. What was that? I mean, did that, in the weigh-ins, he just slapped him across the face. Was there some heat there that you saw? Where'd that come from? I know Kyle gets crazy around fight time, though, like good crazy.
That came out of nowhere to me. When I watched it again, I was like, okay, I jumped in there pretty quick, thank goodness. But I mean, I wasn't expecting it. There's always some of the fights you think these guys might get into it. I better be ready. That wasn't one of them. I haven't. Jay's definitely not like that.
He's so calm.
I know. He just out there smacking his choke and kept looking like. No, that was Zen moment. But I mean, Kyle, like I think more than anything, Kyle was trying to hype himself up, trying to get his head. And to be honest with you, I thought that was the best he's looked. When he was there, when he fought, I thought he looked very good.
I did too. And both these guys, like dealing with them, I like both guys. I just wondered because I wasn't there for that part. I was wondering what happened. If there was something I didn't see, I think Kyle just gets jacked up, and maybe that's his way to sell the fight. But look at Jay. He's like the nicest guy in the world. And, it was a fun fight to watch. I think Kyle looked the best he's looked, too. So let's see more from him. Congratulations to Jay Jackson. He's always a pleasure to have on any BKFC show. But another really nice guy. It's happy to be there. Very low-key, very calm. The other thing was, man, Sanchez, good fight for him. Co-main event. He's calling out Mundell, I believe he was saying he wants. We'll see if that fight happens. They loved him there. But then you look toward the main event. And, man, Keith Richardson and Usmanov. Usmanov we were watching the clip earlier. I mean, that was, wow. What do you read on that? Usmanov's got to be ready for a title fight now, I think. I mean, he took out
it's hard to tell. That's only his third fight for us, but he looked, anytime he beat, Keith Richardson like that, it's a huge statement. So either that sets him up for a title fight or a title elimination fight where you throw him in there with somebody else in that top tier, and whoever wins gets the title fight. I don't know what they want to do. I'm not in charge of the matchmaking, but I mean, he really proved his worth in that fight. Keith is always super tough, and I mean, just so accurate with the punching was Usmanov. Usmanov, sorry, I got it wrong.
That's hard.
Man, that was the next level fight for him.
To flow with the names, I don't know how you guys do it on commentary. I mean, that name's okay, but there's some names. We've talked about it before. I don't know how you guys I'd be nervous to say the name before I said it. So sometimes you'll mess up. I understand it. You're a fighter. Broadcast journalism is learned after being a fighter. Now, if Sean screws up, I don't think I've ever heard that guy screw up. He always seems to get all the names proper. He's amazing. He's like a savant. All right, let's see what else we have to get to here. So as far as Albuquerque, I mean, anything else in that show that you want to talk about that stood out to you before we move on?
Just like we talked about it, we always put on a good card there, and they have so many good fighters. I mean, we can pick from 10 more to put on. We better put on several fights this year because they always come out, they always support us, and man, they always have great fighters. That's all I care about. To me, I'm all about the fights, Brian. You know that. Like, I want to put on the best fights possible. Yep. We go there, we're going to put on good fights. Yep. So I always want to go places where I know we're going to put on good fights. Ticket sales, all that other stuff, production. I love all that, but the main thing to me, I want good fights. Yep. They have it.
I agree. And as far as going back to Albuquerque, we've been there so many times. I see this. You probably see this in your career before this too. It's nice to see a lot of the same faces that have been enjoying it since day one, or like the second or third event we've been there, and they just come back and they're so happy to be there, and they're such hardcore fans. Love Albuquerque, fun place to go. Before we move on here to talk about your bowling program you did, which I think was awesome, I just want you, I saw somebody in the chat there saying that we don't have enough likes. So Lytle, threaten them to hit the like button for us, please.
Hey, you guys, come on, do the right thing. Do the right thing and hit that like button. If not, we're gonna be like, what was that show with Jay and Silent Bob? They start tracking people down on the internet who talk trash to them. We'll do it. Me and Soscia, I'll fake slap him and he'll run into you and knock you down. Something will happen. So hit that like button. Come on, people, do the right thing.
I'm going to be honest with you. Me and Soscia, I'm just going to stand there and yell like Jimmy the Mouth of the South Heart. You can do all the damage. You'll be the one doing the damage. Hit the like button. So the bullying program, which we're fixing to do, we're fixing to bully somebody if they don't hit the like button.
It's more of an anti-bully thing. Yeah. I'm not teaching people how to bully. Come on, Brian, get it right.
I'm sorry.
Take their lunch money. This is how you do it.
Yeah, here's how you get double lunch.
There's so many anti-bullies, so few bully programs. Maybe we need to think about that. Just go in a different direction.
We're in the wrong market. Yeah, we should go to people that are older and teach them to as a boss program, how your bosses can bully you. I mean, I don't get bullied by Dave. I just get beat up. I get punched randomly and stuff. He doesn't hit you, I notice. When's that sparring match going to happen between you two? Like I saw the one in the lobby, but we need a real one.
He don't want the smoke. You know that.
You know he's in meetings. That's why you're saying that. All right.
But he'll watch. He'll watch.
I know he will. All right. The anti-bullying program. You have the book out. We spotlighted the book on the show before. You read it for kids. I've read it to my child. It's a great book, Chris. But now you've been wanting to do this. We've talked about this off the air. Going out to different schools and doing some anti-bullying and getting some goodwill out when we go to different towns. And now you're doing that. How did that go? How was it received? Because I don't know if you heard it. I heard an email from somebody who's at the fight who teaches at another school, and he's already trying to get you to come to his school next time you come back. Apparently people loved it.
It was phenomenal. I mean, I used to do them a lot. I haven't been able to since COVID. After COVID, they kind of shut me down. Like, we can't have anybody in school. Cool, I understand it. But I've done a couple schools now. I did one here in Indianapolis not too long ago, and talk with some of the people. Albuquerque stage was a big help, and Breck's got it all set up. And man, we did 4 different classrooms. It was phenomenal. I can't wait. I really want to try and hit that every place we go. Just try to go out, and I want these kids to understand, just because we're fighting, just because we're a bare knuckle fight organization, we're there to help people. We want to make people's lives better. I tell them how I know a lot of professional athletes. None of them want people to feel bad. You don't pick on people. You lift people up. That's kind of the goal here for these for the people is to stand up for the kids who are having trouble, stand up for themselves. So that's kind of my message. That's what I talk about quite a bit, and I think it's well received, because I can tell everybody to be nice. It's never going to happen. Yeah. You can never, even if 100 people, if I talk to 100 people, if 98 of them listen and 2 are bullies, there's a lot of problems, you know what I mean? But you have to get people to stand up to those guys, and that's kind of that's why I push for it.
All right, that's great. Well, I'm glad you're out there doing good stuff like that. And usually we go to Albuquerque. This was a quick trip. We didn't mess with the Breaking Bad lady this time. There wouldn't have been any time for me. I don't know if you did. Did you do anything fun out there other than the anti-bullying program before we get moving here?
Yeah, went back to what was the place? El Pollo Hermanos. The Hermano. Went back to there and checked that place out. That was kind of fun. Oh, and we were driving, and I just looked over. I go, that's the hotel where Jesse Pinkman was hooked up with that Wendy, that lady of the night. And so we went over and took some pictures there. That was me and the Big Wheel, and we also had
the Big Wheel. I love it. I love it. You call him the Big Wheel. That's great. No one else does that.
We were just driving, and I said, I think that's the place. And we pulled around. We're like, yep, that's it. And we got out and took a picture.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you had fun. Next thing, I mean, look, I don't know if you saw the graphic in the back. We got Trump Zelensky back here with me as the ref. I mean, bare knuckle fight. Who wins?
Oh, Trump destroys him. Come on. First of all, the guy's about 4'8".
Yes,
I think he was really short. I think he's a former comedian. I mean, I don't know, man. I felt that was going to count on. That's amazing. I love that banner going back and forth at that White House meeting. That was amazing. I love it. Hey, I don't want to get all political, but man, maybe we should quit giving so much money. I don't know, man. Just a thought. I pay taxes here, not there. Don't have. Where's Europe at? Come on, help out. Do the right thing, people.
Chris Lytle, you're the man. All right, let's get to the weird questions you seem to like so much. Drop any questions.
I'm a weird guy, yeah.
Drop any questions you have for Lytle you want in the chat. I did. Actually, let me rewind. Breaking Bad lady. I forgot about this. Somebody's put in the chat. It was Gator. I totally forgot about this. She's actually selling that house finally. It's been years. So, like, next time we're there, if it's not sold, we got to go mess with her one more time. I don't know if they're going to make a museum or what they're going to do, but I'm curious to see what the new owners do. They should hire her to stand up front and yell at people. People are going to miss that. They're not going to know what to do.
I'm telling you, if I buy the house, I'm putting a little Target on the top of the roof and selling little 99-cent pizzas.
That's right.
$25. You can try and throw it on top. If you do, you get a free tour or something. I don't know. And if you land it in the circle, you get something. You know. And how many people will be? I'll throw a pizza on there for $25.
There
Why
you
not?
go. I would too. What the heck, man? We could throw it together. We'll split the cost. All right, let's talk about other food. I'll throw one slice. You throw one slice. Hot dog. Ketchup on your hot dog. Is that a thing that you enjoy, or is that something you would never do?
I'll put mustard and ketchup on hot dogs. Unless I make my own chili dogs, Brian. We have to understand. I make my own chili sauce, nice, spicy, good. And I usually just put onion and cheese, maybe some mustard. Man, next time we're hanging out, I'm gonna make you my chili Cody dog.
Let's do it, man. Wow, they just said that house, and you saw that house sold for $4 million.
Please stop.
I swear, it's like the small. It's like what do you think? How many square feet? It's so small. $4 million.
I thought at one point they were offered like $800,000 and they turned it down. Good move by that lady.
Yeah,
you have to deal with people messing with your house for a while. $4 million, I'm in.
I was making fun of her when she wouldn't sell. She's smarter than I am. All right, if you got to choose your name, would it be Chris? If not, why? What would your name be? That's what somebody sent in.
That's a weird one, man. I don't know. That's all I know is Chris.
Well, what's a name you like? Is there another name you would want other than Chris? You want to be Vincent Lytle? Would it be?
Trying to think of something real like
Brandon Lytle, Evan Lytle,
Snyder. I don't know. Zeus. I don't know. And shit.
Suicidal
Chris,
Lytle.
I like Chris. What's wrong with that?
Chris is a good name. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else they have here. They keep sending them an email, so I kind of stack these up when you're not on. All right. This is interesting. If you could make the best sandwich ever, what would be on it?
I do make the best sandwich ever. It's my shrimp po' boy sandwich, and I make my own secret special sauce, and I can't tell you what's on it, but I mean, it's a very good, it's a spicy tartar sauce. It's phenomenal. And every time I had the fortunate life of living on the fire department, and when you live in the fire department, you learn how to cook some really good food. So, Brian, you haven't had this yet, but everybody who has it loves it. So, how are we gonna get to where I can make you some food sometime? How's this gonna work?
We're just gonna have a Lytle smorgasbord, or all you can.
Hold on, wait. You know what we got coming up here? I don't know if you remember this. Philly's coming up here soon. That's our next fight. I can make you some food, brother.
Yeah, but you're coming to Philly. You got to eat Italian. I got to make. You can't make Italian food.
We're going to Olive Garden. That's what you probably like that, right?
Dude, I'll kill you. Like that, I can't. In case they want to sponsor the show, Olive Garden.
Brian, I make good Italian food. I got 2 or 3 really good Italian dishes. I'm making it. I'm cooking for you all week.
All right, you just come stay for the month. You can cook every night. Would you rather be 12 inches tall or 12 feet tall?
Well, feet. Come on, 12. Hold on a second.
12 inches, you kind of ignore it. Like, people won't know you're there kind of thing. 12 feet.
Yeah, but I don't like that. I'm flamboyant. I want to be important. You know, I like you. You know, I got to be the center of attention, Brian. You know that. Yeah. 12 feet tall. I mean, let's take you to the basketball. You're dunking down.
Yeah,
I'm making all kinds of money, man. It'd be easy.
Just punch
or fighting. You know, what kind of reach?
Just punch people in the balls. They want to go to see you.
Bam.
Just keep hitting the 12 inches. They won't be too little. Just keep punching them in the balls. You're 12 inches, dude.
That's not right, man. I mean, there's vertically challenged people. No, I'm gonna be 12 feet tall. That'd be much better. Alien light, amazing.
12-foot tall Chris Lytle. What would we do with that? Oh my gosh, on a plane, a 12-foot tall drunken Tito's drinking Chris Lytle would be insane.
It'd be tough.
Would you rather? The last one here. Would you rather? Now let's leave them for next time. Let's say, what's something you only do when you're bored? And then you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm never bored." What's something you only do? Don't give me that answer.
When I'm bored, I play games on my phone. You know, get on my I'll just sit there and.
What games should people be downloading? What do you play?
I don't really. I play like what is that? Like a Sudoku or one of those like logic problem type games, or like connections, or what is that? Wordle, stuff like that. Just try and Brian, you know, when you get hit a lot, you try to exercise the brain. You got to keep it good and lucid, or you start having a problem. So I always try to. You can't got to exercise these guns, but also, you know, the brain.
I love it. I will say before I let you go, and no one's going to understand this but me and you, so I'll be real quick. I was at a birthday party for my son, and his grandfather and father play the game Accesses and Allies. They're in love with it.
Please stop.
I swear
That
to you,
happened?
I told them all about you. We'll talk about that more off the air. I knew you'd like that. I forgot to tell you that. I can't believe how. And
It's got to be a 15-hour game, though.
and they said there's all different versions. I didn't know that. You can play like Civil War version. You can play like a World War II version. Yeah, just so you know. He's a big gamer for this Accesses and Allies, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's a lot of strategy involved. So if you want to check that out, maybe Lytle will play that game with you. Bring it to an event. We'll have a big fan fest where you can play the game with people.
I'll dominate. Yeah, it is fun.
All right. Well, Chris, lights out, Lytle. Always like to see you come on here. Thank you for coming on such short notice. Seriously, I appreciate that.
Anytime, baby, anytime.
All right, my friend. Lights out with Chris Lytle. There he is. Always like catching up with him. Chris is always, he's another guy. He just seems to be in a good mood all the time. Let's see where we go from here. Chris Lytle. All right, we're going to go to some of the videos from Albuquerque, some of the behind-the-scenes footage, some stuff you may have seen and not seen. Brandon, I think, I don't want to throw you off, but can we start with the walkbacks or no? All right, let's check out Donald Sanchez's walkback after he won and see what it was like. Oh, that's cool. Guy just got done a fight, and he's signing autographs. That's awesome. And that's a big moment for those kids. That's going to mean a lot for them. They'll remember that. That's so cool.
Let's go, baby. You know, I didn't get to finish like I wanted. Dropped them a few times, but it is what it is. So let's get that belt next. Go to my normal weight and get that belt. That belt's fucking mine. I want that belt. That belt belongs here in New Mexico, just like the other two. Shit, I think we could take them off. We needed to. Let's take them. Bring them. Feldman, you already know. Bring it.
There you go. Bring it. I love the fact he said all that great stuff, but I just think it's cool he stopped to sign autographs after the fight. Like I said, that means a lot for those kids. Usmanov, the guy I was talking to Lytle with. Let's watch what he had to say. He looks confused.
Blind maybe with that light. Watch it. Right here in the corner.
No, he will translate.
What's he doing? What was that? Like what happened there? He pushed the guy in front of me, didn't say a word. If I didn't know any better, and this isn't even making fun of him, but if I didn't know any better and I watched that, I'd think that he lost. He didn't have, some guys are like that, didn't have much emotion, didn't say a word to the camera. I'm not used to seeing that though. I mean, the guy, I think his real job outside of fighting, he works at Starbucks. I mean, if you yell latte at him, is he going to say your name back? Like, will he talk? That's my question. He has to be somewhat, it's a different atmosphere as well though, but he has to be somewhat personable working at Starbucks, you would think. I don't know. I don't often go there, but yeah, I can't believe he didn't say much, man. I thought he'd be all pumped up, but he's reserved. I know what he's looking for. He wants Blas, and I'm curious to see what he's going to do next after that fight. Keith Richardson, no slouch, so a good win for Usmanov. Other than that, we had Taylor Starling out there, and like I said, we're still trying to come up with a name for her segment. We're trying to get her to do more of this. There's a couple different videos I want to check out. The first one was this fan at ringside. He was pumped, this guy. I mean, the whole night I was watching him. This guy was coming unglued for everything, so we sent Taylor over to talk
What's
to him.
up, guys? I'm here at BKFC Fight Night Albuquerque. Is this your first time at the BKFC fights?
Oh no, I've been to several BKFC fights. I just want to say, let's get rowdy, let's get eventful. This is the type of city that we get loud for. BKFC is built for boot camp, New Mexico, so let's go, fam. We're here for each other and the family. Let's go, baby.
Your favorite BKFC fighter?
BKFC, besides you, I guess have to go Mike Perry. When's Mike Perry gonna come to Albuquerque? This is the fighting state of the USA, baby. Let's go, Mike Perry, come out here. Besides this girl, this is the next guy to come out here, guys.
And when are you fighting in bare knuckle?
You know what? If they want to find somebody that actually wants to fight, I have knockout power. I'm quick. Let them know, baby. They can find me at where I'm at. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Let me know.
There you go. That guy's pumped. I don't know what that C is on his jacket. Might be cocaine. I don't know. He's pretty pumped up. But, like, he couldn't get his breath. I was talking to the guy throughout the night. He loves bare knuckle, obviously. And, you know, let's see if he ends up fighting for us. I don't know about that. Thank you for that interview, Taylor. And also, there's some more huge fans that follow us around. They check out the podcast. They're actually, I think they're up on the wall here somewhere. I know we've taken pictures. I thought they were up here. No? I'll find them while you're, oh, here. That's them here. You can't really see it, I don't think, but that's them on our wall. Move my mic. They've been around. They'll tell you more about it. These guys, they just love the product. Let's see what they had to say to Taylor.
Guys, I'm Taylor Killer B. Starling, and I'm here with...
Jonathan Archer.
Antonio.
Steven Cortez.
So I hear that you guys are huge fans of bare knuckle and that you...
The biggest.
The biggest?
Look at this.
So you've been to all of the shows. How many bare knuckle fights have you guys been to?
6 here and 3 in Denver.
So
and
all of them.
Yeah, all of them. And which one was your favorite?
Oh, that's tough. Knuckle Mania, I'm thinking. Yeah, that was crazy.
Probably the Knuckle Manias in Albuquerque, I would say. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you were to sell bare knuckle to a person who's never seen it before, how would you describe it?
Pure violence and action from start to bell. For 2 minutes, for 5 rounds, pure action and violence. That's how I would just say it.
I'll say too, one thing Brian said a long time ago, he said one of the things that separates BKFC is when you come here, like the environment that you get, the atmosphere, it's like a big party. And it really is. You have the fighters walking around, you get to say what's up to everybody, you get to meet people, and then you get to sit there and you get to watch everybody knock each other out. So it's great.
I'm gonna say just if you like to see street fights or stuff like that, like definitely BKFC is a place for that because they're fighting, no gloves. Just straight up knuckles to knuckles.
All right, there you go, man. Knuckles to knuckles. Everything I said is correct. Those guys, again, huge fans. It was great to see them. They're the guys that we met. I've met them in Albuquerque, and they keep coming back. They're like addicted. I love it. They bring their families. It's awesome. Thank you guys for being a fan of this show and also the fan of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. This next one, it's we got with Caitlin, Taylor, and myself, and we had to learn how to be a bombshell. Let's see how it went.
Here we're ready. Show us how to be sexy. I mean, Taylor can do it, but I don't know if I can.
Oh, 100%. She is the perfect candidate to be a ring girl. Literally, all you gotta do is be confident, sexy, and a little sassy. So what we're gonna do is, you're gonna put the cards up. You wanna make sure it's above your head and not a little above your face because then the light is going to be reflecting on the card and not your face. And you wanna literally just wave and blow a kiss.
Can't wait.
Come on, let's see it. You gotta be a little sassier than that. Come on.
Hold this. I'm gonna sass it up.
There you go. Okay. Perfect.
I don't know about that. What do you think, Taylor? You feel comfortable?
I feel very uncomfortable. My armpits are sweating.
Zoom in on that. There's sweat on those pits. Mine are sweating too, but you know, how? Oh, man. Wait, do you sweat like that? How do you not sweat like that? Oh, you don't wear as much clothes.
So honestly, the trick is just a little bit of spray of like the deodorant, not like the roll-on, because there was one time I had like a clump of deodorant and I walked up and I was like, oh my God, I hope no one saw that.
Secrets. I know sometimes round car girls, the bombshells don't sit down because they don't want marks on their legs, right?
Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
All right, let's end this the right way. Let's do it.
Uh-oh.
No.
You better flip that around.
What?
You better flip that card around right now.
I'm a failure as a bombshell. I'm not just not sexy. I'm nothing. Where do you...
That is my worst fear, is going up with the card upside down.
Upside down?
Worst fear. Or the wrong number, which I've never done, knock on wood, thank God.
So who taught you the waves and how to be so sexy and everything? Where'd you learn this? Or are you just like born that way?
Honestly, I grew up just so sassy, so it's just in the blood.
I actually heard from a little birdie that Johnny Love taught you how to be sexy on camera, the cameraman. Is that true?
That's an inside joke.
She's speechless.
Yeah, so just so you know, the context of that, Johnny, the other director standing off to the side, he said, ask her how she learned that. And I guess when she first started, she wasn't a round car girl, and her cameraman, Johnny Love, showed her how to be sexy. I never saw him as sexy. Brandon, Evan, Johnny Love, sexy?
Oh, you want me to talk now?
You don't have to. You can.
You want to make up?
No, I don't.
No.
We're going to fight after the show and film it, I thought.
We will.
That's going to, well, dude, I don't want to, look, I don't want to get blood on my hands today. Honestly, Johnny Love, sexy or not, Evan? Where you at with that?
Johnny's sexy.
Yeah, I love it. How about you, Brandon? You've always talked about how sensual he is off the air.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Love, man, the name.
If you don't know, he's one of our staple ringside camera guys.
Yeah.
So you'll probably see him every show now. He's got all tattoos up on his arms.
He's a
So
good
keep an
dude.
eye out for him.
Love Johnny Love. Yeah, so that was the inside joke. And I will say this. I don't want to embarrass Taylor, but she said it. Look, man, she wasn't kidding. Like, it looked like a waterfall coming out under her arms. She was so sweaty. And at those things, you're running around, and if it's your first time doing something, you get a little sweaty. I get it, but there you go. See? Beautiful women sweat too. And then I love that Caitlin was taking everything so seriously that I said, and it is true, though. It is true. They are afraid to sit down because it leaves like marks on their rear end. Sometimes they have to put towels down and stuff. There's a lot to be in a bombshell. We'll check more about that soon. All right, I think we have one more with myself and Taylor as we met up with Joe Elmore. Watch.
Look, I got Joe Hitman 187 Elmore with me, and we talked about it on the podcast, the Bare Knuckle Show. I know you've heard us talk about it, Taylor. Joe Elmore gives the best hugs. He's a savage beast in the ring that wants to rip people's faces off. But look at him, he's smiling outside the squared circle. Can you show them what a Joe Elmore hug looks like?
For some reason, I guess because of my wrestling background, I'm always throwing the underhooks, and I have to lay on.
He does do that. He always lays his head.
But that's in case you reject him that he's in double leg your ass.
Right?
It's a wrestling habit. You're going down if you don't love me.
Whoa! Joe Hitman Elmore, here you go.
What would you do if anybody ever messed with Pork Chop?
You ever watch John Wick?
That's
That
his
wasn't
dog.
Well, why did you name the dog Pork Chop?
Because he moves like a piece of meat. It's like pork chop, T-bone, meat wide. I couldn't decide it, but Doug Funny, pork chop. I had a friend that wrestled in school named Chop Chop, and he's just a little fucking pork chop. And he has the little pork chop T-bone down the middle of his head.
You gotta send us pictures in of the puppy so that when we do this and we cut this, we can see the
Look
puppy
at it,
dog.
right out with it.
Oh, that's a pork chop right there.
You can't really see it, but yeah, Pork Chop. Apparently, his wife's always with him. Maggie's always with Joe everywhere he goes, and he was in Albuquerque. And I said, "Where's Maggie?" And he said, "She's at home with the puppy." So Pork Chop is his new puppy, and I forget what he showed us, but we had him. I think we made him show us his wallpaper. I don't think we have that one, but he had something. I think it was him knocking somebody out on his wallpaper. I loved it. Only Joe Elmore. Well, that's some of the stuff, just some of the stuff that Taylor captured. We're going to do a lot more. We just kind of wanted to get her feet wet. There's going to be more fun content coming, stuff like that with the fans, questions with different fighters, fun content. That was okay. It was good. She did amazing. I mean, I can't wait to see what she's going to have next, and we'll have some more, we'll be more prepared for it next time. It was kind of like, yeah, let's get Taylor on here and let her get her feet wet. I think she did great. I know that Brandon was doing media. I know that Evan, you were keeping a close eye. What'd you think, Taylor? She was on Instagram. Her stuff on Instagram was really good too. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, she did a good job. We said, hey, we kind of want you to do these woman on the street interviews, and we want to get to know some more of these fighters in a different lens than just seeing, them fight, and this is kind of where you learn about like Brett Fields' conspiracy theory and how, Donald Sanchez thinks the moon landing was fake, or one of them said, like, stuff like that is really interesting, I think. So we're gonna bring her out to every show and get stuff like that, and I think people are pretty receptive to it, and it's a good, easy way to get
it's great,
learn more about fighters.
And I'll tell you this: when we were doing those interviews in the lobby after the show, the amount of people that wanted to speak with her, wanted to be on film. Sometimes you have to talk to people. They're afraid to come on camera. I think it's, like I say, her vibe that she makes people comfortable and they're ready to come on. There's like a line of people waiting to talk to her. So that was pretty cool. And I think that it was interesting for her too, I think, to see what we do, because she's usually on the other end fighting. She doesn't see us doing mic checks, and she saw a whole nother game. And the thing is, she's a fighter. So fighters, what do they like? They like to be coached, I would guess, right? So we're able to coach her and get some of the rough edges off, which there's not many, and see where it's going to go from here. I'm excited to be working more with Taylor, Killer B. Starling. And don't forget, they're saying in the chat here, Taylor's awesome. And I think that we'll keep trying to come up with ideas. As this thing, as it starts to shape more, we'll come up, could it be talking with Taylor? Could it be the buzz with the Killer B? I don't know, but keep sending the ideas in. We'll have a nice graphic for her, and you can kind of help us build the segment with Taylor, because it's a show about you and the fans, not just about us. Thank you. Send those in. And now let's get to, actually, wait a minute, Evan.
What?
You made me feel bad. Why? You did, because I don't have nerves of steel. I get very upset after we get in our spats. Even if I think.
Well, I hope
you don't.
Chris came on and talked about bullying. I hope it left
I
an
knew
impression on you.
I was waiting for you to come on the interview and say that, but I thought I'd start yelling.
I had it unmuted. I was going to say
Damn
something,
it!
but
It's still
I
funny.
didn't want to frazzle you any further.
Even if we're fighting, it's funny. Funny's funny. So
I grew up with a drill sergeant in the house.
Funny's not funny. But no, yeah, we should. They seem to like when we fight on the air.
It's good. It's good TV.
Yeah, I guess so. You piece of shit.
Fuck you.
Anyway, stop fucking this guy. I'll leave it at this, then we'll go. If I have to hear one more time when you come in, that was kind of me being mad. It was me throwing something at you, though.
What?
It's like Brandon and I are in here working. We're getting stuff ready, and then Evan comes in a little later. He's coming at a different time, and it's like a ring entrance. He comes in with his music playing every single week. Come up with a new song. It's Dancing Queen when he walks in. It's really weird.
That's a lie. It's Layla. I could pull up my music right now.
No, when you walked in, your entrance theme last week, you came in, or 2 weeks ago.
Right there.
Look, he's trying to find it. He's trying to find it.
It's
I can't
Layla
see it. Cut the camera off. Turn the camera on.
Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah, Royal Albert Hall. It's a great song. Don't play it, though. We'll get a copyright strike.
It's all right. It's
Yo,
a great song.
Eric Clapton, right? You know his kid fell out of a window?
Yeah.
That's why he wrote Tears in Heaven.
I know.
Number one
I know
hit.
that song.
Yeah, imagine that. Oh, my God. Yeah. Eric Clapton. All right, let's get to. Are we made up? I don't know. Were we actually did you?
I thought it was a work. I didn't think.
I don't do works, brother. I do shoots. You know that.
Well, I didn't want to say. I wasn't going to call it out until just now. I was going to roll with it.
But you made me feel bad because one time we got into a fight on the show. That was one of our legendary ones where I was going to leave, and everyone was talking about it. But I'm not going to kid you. Like, you don't care about shit. You have nerves of steel. I don't like being like that. So afterwards, I went home the whole day and I'm thinking, man, I was mean. Why was I yelling?
That has zero effect on me.
I know you don't care because I called him up one time and I go, look, dude, we went at it on the show today. You're still my boy. You know, brothers can fight, brothers can hug. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm sitting there thinking I was so mean. I shouldn't have said mean things. And you're like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. No. So anyway,
it's okay.
Well, you can clip this. I love you, Evan. Say it back.
It's not to love.
That's why I don't love you. Anyway. All right, get a room, they're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I just like to add in some excitement and good points to the show, and you don't like me go off script. You're very by the book.
Are you joking?
You're very by the book.
All I did was cut promos before I did. Now, see? You're trying to, that's what you're doing. See, now, I'm not going to bite. I'm not biting. I'm going to stay here and be calm. I almost did bite. Look, I'll show this. We'll change the subject. Look at this old school shirt. Remember this?
Yeah.
Only the old school fans remember this.
Yeah, they're great. They get freaking holes in them after 3 washes.
I'm more so.
I'm more so. The label's falling.
It is. It's cracking. You can't see.
No, the real one is.
I mean the design. Remember
if you go back, yeah, I remember that design. But there's the old BKFC shirts where it's like a macaroni and cheese, like that orange. It's a different yellow now, but it used to be like an orange.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's a real OG one. I got that at BKFC too.
I remember that one. Yeah, some old merch. All right, so let's see what we have to get to next. All right, before we get out of here, we promised at the top of the show, new dates, new main event. But before we do that, let's go through some of what we have coming up. You can find the schedule at bkfc.com. It's all up there for you. Did we put new signings in this week? Are they in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, you guys could help me as we're doing this. Can somebody go through what the events are? Because I have to pull up the new signings thing. I didn't think we put that in. Could you guys do that for me?
Sure.
Because I can't chew gum and walk.
And here we go with March.
Here he goes. I love it.
Oh, I guess
you're supposed to read them, dude.
Okay, I'm doing it. March upcoming schedule. We got 3 events. Fight Night Philly is our next event, March 21st. At the 2300 Arena. 2300 Arena, Brian.
ECW.
And the next week on a Thursday, we have March 27th, Palomino versus Davis, BKFC 70 in Hollywood, Florida at the Hard Rock, home away from home.
That's true.
And then a couple days after that, we hop over the pond to the UK, and we have BKFC Fight Night Manchester, Jono Chip Chase versus Gary Fox, and Cullen versus Kosicki. And that is March. So that's a pretty big weekend there. You got, or sort of weekend. You have a Thursday BKFC and then a Saturday BKFC.
You're knocking us out of the park. Good job. Who's next?
Oh, you are.
I don't know. Who's better? I know you guys are good.
And then coming up in April.
Listen to the vigor in his voice. That's the Evan I love.
BKFC makes its debut in the Middle East on April 4th with a doubleheader on April 4th and 5th. Starting out, we have Austin No Doubt Trout, the reigning champion, coming off a humongous win over Rico Franco in Spain just this past October. challenges the up-and-coming Trinidad Snake, the #1 contender. Steak. Sorry, Carlos. Trinidad Snake. You got Hart and Emery, and the next day you've got Stewart Stridham challenging Stewart. Interesting matchup there. Stridham just winning like 2 weeks ago in the UK.
Yeah.
Makes the quick turnaround and challenges Kai Stewart for his featherweight title. And then Hannah Rankin and Jessica Borga for the women's featherweight champion. We have 2 featherweight title fights that day. Very interesting. Followed by Omaha on the 18th of April for a fight night. And then we are in the boot for Kamosi versus Hunt.
The boot. I like it.
And Rico Franco and Jimmy Sweeney make their trilogy fight.
That'd be good.
This time in the greatest bare knuckle promotion in the world. For BKFC 73 Italy.
Evan, do you love Italy? Are you excited to go there? I mean, the Italians.
Well, I've never been to Italy.
Really?
It's always fun working with new people and expanding your horizons and your culture. And there's nothing I'm looking forward to more than going to Italy. And
it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun. I've been to Italy before. I'll show you around. The Italians are fun, man. They'll embrace us. All right. You just put some grease in your hair, knock it back, and they'll love us. Right. We'll get a little horns that we wear.
There is one more event. Actually.
Oh, we're gonna go.
One that we know about is Salt Lake City, May 10th.
Yep.
Which couldn't fit on the graphic because we have so many events.
Yeah, we're really like churning them out. Maverick Center. It's a big building. We've been there before, and I'm hearing rumors. I don't know, Evan, and I know we can't talk about anything yet, but I have heard. I had the glass up to Dave's door and Nate's door. They were discussing stuff, and I'm hearing a pretty big fight that I know bare knuckle fans will really like for that. If it pans out, I don't know if it will.
It's looking good. A pretty big fight for all the marbles there in not Albuquerque, in Salt Lake City at the Maverick Center.
Wherever the hell we're going to be.
Hammers throw away from the bucked up HQ are.
Yeah, man.
So
there you go. We'll all be jacked up and jazzed up and bucked up, man.
If those tickets are on sale before the main event's announced, if you're a
buy
diehard fan, I would try to get there. There's going to be an exciting main event, I think.
Yeah, if they go with it, it's going to be awesome. I'm pretty jacked up about it. That's all we can say. Now let's go for our big announcement. You ready?
Oh, yes.
Unless you were going to do something else?
We were going to do the signings.
Let's finish.
Do the big announcement.
Yeah, it's a show announcement.
Big announcement.
All right, big announcement.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. I was getting
or the Fox,
whatever.
Something.
Go ahead.
Ding.
Ding. There it is. BKFC Fight Night. I got to say this right. They make fun of me. Clear Water. Is that right?
Water.
How do I say it right? When I have to do voiceovers for Clearwater, I'm always checking with people to make sure I'm saying, because around here in the Philly area, we say water. And they make fun of me. Clearwater. In Clearwater. Clearwater. That's correct. BKFC Fight Night Clearwater. I can't wait for that, man. There you see the main event up there, Warren versus Career. That's going to be great. Career's fought for us a bunch of times, and I'm looking to see what happens with him and Captain Deadpool. Captain Deadpool versus the Dark Knight, and we'll see what happens. I mean, this is Jared. He's got to make a statement with this fight. You know, last fight didn't go the way he wanted it, obviously. I'm always game for a Jared Warren fight, man, to see what's going to happen next. That's the first of many fights we're going to be announcing. Can you put that graphic up one more time? Because I want to see something. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm making sure we announce the venue and everything. We got it, OCC Roadhouse in Clearwater. We've done a show there before. That's where Paul Sr. and everybody from OCC, was it Orange County Choppers? They have a museum there. It's a decent venue. It's cool. It's outside. It looks a little different. We had a great fight there before. It'll be our second time at OCC Roadhouse. BKFC Fight Night Clearwater. Make sure you're there. BKFC.com to get your tickets. Also, this one will be streaming on the BKFC app at BKFC.com. A lot of people excited about Clearwater. I see Jomi. I just did it, didn't I? Clearwater. Jomi the Archangel, he's in the chat. May 2nd, Clearwater, Florida. Now, he sent something to me. It seems like maybe he'll be on the show, too. I don't want to confirm that because I don't know, but he sent me like a screenshot of a contract he was signing. So hopefully maybe we see Jomi on there. Anthony Yost says, see you all in Clearwater. I don't know if he's fighting or he's going to be there. He's in the chat, just hanging out. Everyone's pretty excited. Hell of a fight in the red corner saying. There, Jomi sent us that. So I guess he's going to be there. We'll see. I don't know who he's fighting, but.
He's got Borat on there.
Yeah, I love him. Good old Borat. Remember Borat? Man.
Yeah.
I haven't watched him in a while. He was great. Ali G. So that's some of the announcements we have. And then as far as the multi-fight signings, we don't have a bunch of them this week. We got a couple of them done. I don't know who we're going to go with first, so put up whoever you want to put up first. And then all right, of course, not the one I was going with. I wasn't ready for that. Leo Carrara, he's going to be fighting for us. And, Leo, excuse me, Leo is a guy that I'm excited. His head's cut off. I'm excited to see fight for us. Leo, welcome in for a multi-fight deal. We've obviously seen what you can do, and we're excited you're here, my friend. Let's see who else we have here, multi-fight deal-wise. I think we have, here he is. He's coming up. Is it? Am I right? Where's the next guy? Where's he at? Is he coming up? I'll make sure I'm right, because there he is. Yeah, I was right. Muhammad, so we usually go through these at the beginning of the show. We didn't get to do this week. It was a little chaotic in here. But we're excited to have Muhammad here. Another multi-fight deal. And this guy, let's see. Nate Shook is supposed to put his thoughts in here. Here's Nate Shook's thought. I'm going to read what his thought was. Ready? Ready for Nate Shook? Okay. Multi is signed. So once graphic is done, is ready to announce. Thanks, Nate.
Sabe Muhammad. He just fought in L.A. He had that crazy knockout.
I know who he is. I'm just messing around because that's an inside joke.
It was like a 2-second on the start of the second round.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's got like really long arms. I'm pretty sure he's got like a crazy build.
That is, I do. I remember that now that I'm like looking. I do remember that dude. Now I didn't remember the name, but I do. He does have long arms. I do remember him. Well, that's two of our signings from the incomparable Nate Shook. Sending those over to us. And Nate, he loves to give me comments on fighters when he signs them, and it always does add to the show. So I appreciate that, Nate. There's our multi-signings. Other than that, is there anything we missed today, fellas?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Anybody
have anything to say? Then you know what? Let's see what they're saying in the chat before we go. Let's see what they're saying.
Q&A. Ask us anything in the chat, and we'll answer it.
Let's see. Well, they're saying.
Time.
They're saying. Let's see what. Let's go back a little bit. They're saying.
Oh, I made a comment. Somebody said, they wish all the face-offs were streamed. We made the executive decision.
Yep.
We will be streaming every face-off, every weigh-in here on out.
Fantastic.
We read the comments and we recognize the importance of that. So henceforth, everything will be streamed.
I feel like the face-offs were supposed to be something a little different, but they just look like a weigh-in show.
It was supposed to be just like the top 3 guys on the card.
Very easy. I don't know what happened.
But people want it, and because I get it, it rolls into if you're betting, you want to see the shape of people.
True.
It makes total sense. So we're gonna spend the money and make the effort every show to make sure that's a streamed production. What?
I'm reading the chat. That's all. It's about you.
Oh.
MMA history lights out. Does Evan? I think he means Evan. I thought it was Evan. Wear underwear with the string on the side.
What's that mean?
I'm not quite sure.
The string on the side.
Do you wear them? I don't know. That's the question.
I don't wear underwear.
Prove it to Brandon right now. All right.
He knows.
Let's see. Why don't you guys come to the UK shows? In the red corner says, we have been to UK shows. So what happens there is it's always different. Sometimes
the string on it? I gotta look.
We'll
figure a G-string.
I think he means like a thong, or maybe a tampon string coming out the side. Maybe he means that.
Oh,
I don't know. Let's see what he means. He'll clear it up in the
Chris.
chat. Is that Chris Lytle saying that?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna put your phone number on this.
Don't do that, because I'll put yours on there then too.
That's fine.
Why don't you guys come to the UK shows? Is what the question is. So we've been to them.
We have been to them. And
it's just on and off.
They're more, it depends because like sometimes they're we're back to back, or other times we have like a crew there, that handles it, so we don't need to go out there. But,
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like I'm not speaking because I don't want to speak for the promotion, but my thought, if I ran this place, it's expensive. Like you have to get the flights there. You got to get hotels there. And if there's no reason for certain people to be there because we have the crew, and it's good. We want a crew that we can train over there. Evan, you would say that we can kind of, as this thing grows, like we there's no way possibly we'll be dead if we're going to England, Bulgaria, Italy. Like we're going to try to make every show we can, and then stateside shows. It's a lot. So that's why we don't go. But I'll tell you, when Wembley was cool, and when we went to England, I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the food a lot. Other than that, I didn't mind England. It was cool. I like double decker buses.
Come to Tennessee. Stay tuned Tennessee. That's all I'll say.
Oh, Tennessee. We're at in Tennessee. Oh, I have an idea where we can go in Tennessee.
I know where.
I think I know too. I was talking to Dave about this. I do know where. And it's where
you
I think.
guys could go anywhere you haven't been to.
Hold on. Let's see.
Where would you go? Vegas or New York City?
Home.
Yeah, well, we
I haven't been there in a while. Really. No, I mean it's my house.
Yeah.
Vegas would be cool just because it's Vegas. You know what I mean? New York. That'd be cool.
I'm looking forward to Boston too. I would love to do a show in Boston, like on St. Patty's Day weekend.
That would be insane.
I think that would be a fun one.
That would be insane. Sturgis was a bucket list one for me, and that was awesome when we went to Sturgis. I hope we go back there.
What he said.
Probably will.
What a dink, Soscia. I agree.
A dink.
What
a dink. Who is this guy, Ryan?
I don't know. I like him though.
Yeah. Bully Soscia. You can't spell my name right, jerk off. Soscia. Let's see. Soscia. Soscia.
Some good questions there. I
Nashville is the only place that gets shows, sadly. That's what they're saying. Sign-ups to do the international shows y'all can make. Sign us. They're saying sign them up. They'll go. Texas. When are we coming to Texas? They're saying they like us to come to Texas. I love Texas. I feel like they're so made for bare knuckle.
We're working on it.
It's that's a lot.
You got to like go and get it legalized in every state. That's the problem. So it's a whole freaking to do.
Yeah, well, a whole to-do, and we're here to do it all and keep the thing rolling. Before we get going, you got one last chance. Any other things you want to throw in the chat question-wise, let us know. And if you're there, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this with people because we want to keep growing the show. And it is growing nicely. We're getting a lot of positive feedback from it. Iowa would be dope, Anthony Yost says.
It's Jeremy Stevens'
that'd be
home state.
Iowa.
The heart that pumps the nation, as he said.
He did say that. Yeah, you're right.
I like that.
All right. Well, they're on a little bit of a delay, so I'm giving them the last second to get. North Carolina is ready. Paul Pickett podcast is saying, look, we're ready to come to all these places, man. I enjoy finding new places, new areas, and seeing you guys.
Video game.
What's that?
Somebody said video game.
BKFC video game. So this is something that's been talked about forever. And it's something that I think we could make a lot. I mean, there was a bare knuckle game, not through us, years ago. It might have been like Sega or PlayStation. I don't remember. But I remember seeing a bare knuckle game, I think, years ago. Can't remember the name of it. But I think that would print money. I don't know how that works contractually for everybody. I don't know. You have to be. Here's the little thing I do know.
Have we signed Mike Hunt yet?
I've been trying to get with Mike Hunt forever. I want to talk to him. Oh, you're an idiot. Like I didn't know. Come on.
Somebody asked about. I don't know. Was there a BKFC video? I don't know.
It's been talked about a lot online.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, if you're looking at like UFC style game, I mean, what's the process for that? You go to EA Sports.
Yeah, but
you say, hey, I want to make a video game.
Wait a minute. EA Sports is still. I don't play games. EA Sports is still around.
I don't know.
They were huge. They were EA Sports.
You go to a
it's
developer
in a game.
and you say, I want to make this game.
Brandon knows he's a video game junkie. Brandon, is it? No, I'm serious. This is a question. You're a video game guy. You know more than I do.
Not really.
Well, you were. Is it fair to say that if you're going to make a BKFC video game, I remember this from my wrestling days, if you go with any, I'll call it an engine to run it off of, or like a foundation, like to run the game off of, you have to pick the right one, because if you don't pick the right one, it's going to be a shittier game. The gameplay is going to be shittier. So you can't just go, well, let's just do a video game. There's a lot that goes into it. Not only that, they have to do motion capture for the fighters. Somebody's got to do all that stuff.
It's like millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll come at some point, and I would play it. I mean, I would love it. That's awesome. I'm still playing.
It's the standard these days for video games to be like top tier, amazing, like graphics and everything. It's just like the bar is raising, and I think like when GTA 6 comes out, the bar's gonna be raised even more. So,
does your bar raise when you think about GTA 6? Because you've been talking about this for like 2 years.
Actually, I haven't talked about it for a while.
No, but you did though. You're excited about it.
They released one trailer that said, "Okay, coming out 2025." Well, it's 2025. So what's the update? But it doesn't matter. I don't have time to play video games anyway. So what the hell?
I don't either. Simon Feck says in the video game.
Get on more company meetings.
Who you be the voice for the?
Yeah, that's what I. Can I come back on the marketing call?
Yeah, please. He wants to know if I'll be the voice for the 5th and final round. Simon just said, and yeah, if they pay royalties, I'll definitely do that.
Well, that's the other thing. That's a whole
It's a whole big thing.
That is a production.
VR game of BKFC, that would be cool.
Big Ben's got to be like an unlockable character, like the most powerful character. You have to unlock him.
That's right.
Johnny Love.
Johnny Love. Yeah.
Johnny Love.
Here. Johnny Love, unlockable character. That'd be great. All right, so then there's the game. There, this is good. Sam says the game that you were talking about was by Sega Genesis. I knew there was a bare knuckle game. It was just called Bare Knuckle. I'm playing Streets of Rage still, bro. I'm into Golden Axe. That's what I'm playing old school fun games. This new stuff, I don't know how to do it. I'm playing. What was it? You guys don't remember that game?
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Or Bare Knuckle 3. Oh, here it is.
No, Streets of Rage was cool, but Bare Knuckle was a game. Show it up there.
Looking for it.
I should try. How much that cost? I might. Oh my God, $166.
Oh, it's the older game.
Well,
Well,
11.
That's eBay. So this one looks like 11.
I'm gonna. There's a dude locally, this Video Game Exchange, and he's a big fan of Bare Knuckle. He said that he'll give us discounts on video games. So maybe I'll buy that. I still have my old school dome version Sega Genesis in my basement. I don't play it. It's there. It's ready to go. What's that one?
It's just Bare Knuckle. It's the Bare Knuckle.
Oh, dude, if I can.
I didn't even know about this. This is awesome.
I'll have to buy that. There's Streets of Rage there. I just talked about Streets of Rage. Yeah, Streets of Rage. That was a good game, man. There was another great game too, like Final Fight or something it was called. I forget what it was called. Anyway, let's see. I think any other questions that I missed here? The video game. Let's see. No, I think that's it. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for coming on. I will be reffing this fight when it actually does happen. We'll make sure to have it on the BKFC app. Thank you for hanging out. We appreciate it. Little bumpy start, right, Evan?
Oh, business as usual for me.
Look at this guy. He's such a jerk. Put your camera on for a second. Little bumpy start. Now we're friends again. Can you hug on camera?
No.
We'll save that for OnlyFans. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out. We appreciate each and every one of you. Had a great time in Albuquerque. Can't wait to see you more next week. Follow us at Bare Knuckle Show. I think, or the Bare Knuckle. What the hell it is on Instagram? I should know my own handles. Just look for us on Instagram. Thank you to Taylor Starling. Great job. And we're going to keep the show rolling. Thank you to each and every one of you. Here's Jay Jackson. Have a great rest of your week. Until next week, remember, knuckle up and punch yourself in the face. Rah!
Friday, March 21st, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns to its home city for BKFC Fight Night Philly. In the main event, combat sports vet Dustin the Disciple Peg knuckles up with the unbeaten Andrew Angel Corps. In the co-main event, Cody Vidal looks for his next win against the Warrior who looks to stay undefeated, Brandon Stronghold Conley. Plus, see the return of Johnny Cannoli Garbarino. Watch history unfold live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.